What's up, everybody? We are live. This is NFL Championship Sunday, right? It doesn't get any better than this. It's about 2 degrees out here on the East Coast. Got pummeled with snow all over the place. Spent the entire day yesterday digging out, and now finally play some bets, get some DFS lineups in, and now we can get that profit center going. As always, I'm Tony Jigsaw Cutillo. You can follow me at TCutillo23. And as always, you see it up there at Win Sports. You want to follow us on all social formats. In the description, every single offer we have is there for you. We're going to go over some, the GPP article that Sticks puts out that he made free yesterday. You got to go get that. Again, I'll have the link for that and our promo page. That's the most important thing. Wait for our promo page. It's a free page that gives you promos to every single sports book and gives you the props that we're thinking. And we call those things props for profit. So again, this is a great weekend. There's a lot of question marks, honestly, when we just talk about gameplay, game script, what's going to happen. Is it going, especially with that Cincinnati Kansas City game? I get it. We look back at, the previous meetings and the previous score. We think, is it going to be the same thing, or is it going to be a blowout? Is it going to be something where what I feel is Kansas City is going to start off slow, and then all of a sudden, I think that Cincinnati, in the second half, will basically get the doors blown off, and that's just the logic that I'm feeling, because sometimes we're a Philly guy. You see the Eagles garb, right? So I'm a Philly guy, and I understand Andy Reid sometimes tries to outthink himself. Great coaches always try to outthink themselves, and that'll only last in the first or second quarter. And I think obviously that will catch up to the more rational line of thinking, and lo and behold, that's when we will see the Kansas City Chiefs, who have been absolutely extraordinary over the past few weeks. Patrick Mahomes, one of those reasons why, as always. Adam, what is up, my man? As always, Adam, big rumble last night. Very interesting. I was a little pissed off that they had Brock win. It just, the storyline was just so scripted, and any one of us could have figured it out. So, but besides that, overall, really good pay-per-view. And again, I'm a wrestling fan as well. So just like my boy Matt here on Win Daily Sports, who will get you through all your NASCAR needs. So make sure you check him out at Win Daily Sports. But let's get to the DFS angle. And, Rich, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Look at that thumbnail, man. I wish I was at the beach right now. That's for damn sure. But as always, checking in, my man, doing some fancy talk today. Looking at the big board, right? Looking at the big plays. And listen, I always say this. I preface this by saying that you always got to trip out the system, so to speak, right? So when we look at the DFS angle and you just look at the quarterbacks and you have the first four, I think we already know that Jimmy Garoppolo will be the last one selected, if any. Maybe somebody puts a lineup out there, tries to trip up the system because they want Jimmy G. But I'm telling you what, man, honestly, and I get people are going to be scared away because of San Francisco defense, but that $6,300 number for Matthew Stafford, under $7,400 for Patrick Mahomes. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. $1,100 is a lot of savings in DFS, especially when we talk about a 4-game slate for the playoffs. $1,100 is a lot. And I understand that the most popular bets are going to be on Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Because everybody thinks that's going to be the fireworks game. Everybody feels like that's going to be the points that are going to explode, right? Absolutely. Craig Cherry, hit the like button. God damn it. Hit the subscription and the like button, man. Working my ass off over here. Give me a like or a subscription. But nah, seriously though, follow us at Win Daily Sports. We're doing big things over here. A lot of great content, a lot of great personalities you'll tend to see as soon as you join. But getting back to the quarterbacks, my biggest thing is, when you're paying up for Patrick Mahomes, he better have that game. And I'm not saying he's not going to have that game, because let's be honest, $7,400 is actually cheap compared to a normal week, right? So we were looking at numbers of 85 to almost 9,000 before for quarterbacks within the season. And you talk about 7,400, that's a pretty pretty good play right there. And again, you do multiple lines. If you're not playing DFS, if you're not playing multiple lines of DFS, you're doing something wrong. You get your one or two really good GPP lineups and your really good cash lineups, so you say, that's what I'm going to roll with. But then you throw some play lineups in there, right? Where you're trying to flip up the system, the ownership level. And the only way you find out those ownership levels is you subscribe to us and you get that projection model, projection optimizer, the ownership projections that'll tell you what they are. And again, you can get that for free right now. I say that all the time. You can get that for free. All you need to do is go to Win Daily Sports. Okay. And you have to type it. It's right here. You get the free week of gold, type in the word radio, and you're good to go. So let's get back here and let's talk about the quarterbacks. And again, I want to know, are you comfortable starting Matt Stafford? Because I am. I went on the radio on Friday, and I specifically talked about how I think this is going to be a Matt Stafford game. I understand that San Francisco defense is really, really good. I get it. I understand it all. But again, this is the playoffs. You throw out everything in a regular season. You throw out everything from last week. You throw out everything for the week before. It's a game-to-game management system. It's just the way it is. It's a one and done, right? So you're always going to get these coaches throwing different schemes and trying to flip up their own system in order to get ahead. And that's what I see here. Listen, Matthew Stafford was dying in the Motor City, was dying in Detroit. Finally got that first playoff win under his belt. And it wasn't, here's the thing, everybody talks about the 3 turnovers. They were not Matthew Stafford's fault. He did not try to give that game away. It wasn't like he threw 3 or 4 picks. Matthew Stafford's in to win it. That was 2 fumbles on Cam Akers and 1 unfortunate one on Cooper Kupp. That will not happen again. So that wasn't like he went out there and threw the game away. No, he was very, very good. So I expect him to do just as good. Listen, I'm honestly telling you that I expect a 3-touchdown game from Matthew Stafford. I could easily see a 303 touchdown game from Matthew Stafford. The Rams are all in. I've been on the Rams house see the plug, Rams house, hashtag Rams house trending right now. But no, seriously, I am all in on the Rams. I've been through the preseason. Everybody knows my man crush of Sean McVay, and they understand that I got 2 man crushes going up against each other in Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. And for you people that don't understand and don't know me, I definitely have 2 man crushes in the NFL. I actually have 3. One of them just retired. Okay. And it goes McVay, it goes Shanahan, and it goes Peyton. And Peyton is retired. Theo, what's up, my man? Checking in. Let's go. Absolutely. Solid picks. Yo, what's up? Yo, give us. You can't get a solid picks name right there without throwing some props up here, man. So throw them up. We'll get them on the screen. My man Nicky Nuts checking in, most definitely getting 2 touchdowns. Listen, I'm telling you, I like it. I like it. So let's move to the running back position again. And this is very easy, right? Because again, it's 4 games. So I think the biggest question you have right now is at that same game, right? And the reason why you have that question is because is Cam Akers going to be trusted? Is McVay going to trust Cam Akers? And that's why I see a lot of over and under prop bets out there on Cam Akers, is people are trying to figure it out. Are they going to trust him? Is it going to be more of a Sony Michel kind of game? Is it going to be a feeling out system, more of a split than we seen last week? So it's going to be interesting. My money, honestly, is it's the Cam Akers show. I know, listen, McVay understands he's the more dynamic running back, especially to go up against that ridiculous linebacking core for the San Francisco 49ers. And I'll tell you what, is it me or is San Francisco just breathe linebackers over the years, man? We talked about this before when you brought it like James Willis, Navarro Bowman. I mean, these cats, Fred Warner, every time you turn around, they have a stud at the linebacker position. And I'll tell you what, speaking of the linebacker position, how about that Melvin Ingram out there for Kansas City, really showing why he should have never been released. And we're going to get to that game very, very soon, man. Very, very soon. We already got says Matt Mahomes rushing touchdown, which I think, we'll look this up, but I'm pretty sure it's at 29.5. And that is a solid number. I 100%. Jag, this is great. I was actually just getting to this. You must have ESP, Jag. What's your take on the McKinnon CEH? I don't know why the field thinks McKinnon took over. Well, Here's the thing. You're talking to the McKinnon fan club. I am the president of the Jerick McKinnon fan club. I've always been. I always will be. Right? I love Jerick McKinnon. So I just think he offers a lot more than CEH. Just my opinion, right? CEH is a very talented running back. But I think from understanding that the Andy Reid system, I really think that he prefers Jerick McKinnon. Now, last week was a telltale, right? So when we look at these guys and you look at their production levels, all right, last week, listen, CH, 7 attempts. The 2 weeks before, or before the injury, 9 and 9. Like you're talking, he has not had double digit carry since week 10, and it was only at 10. A week before that was 14. He was the winning one. So you go 14, 10, 9, 9, and then he comes back with a 7. It's tough to tell me that he is the main guy. Now, I'm telling you right now, you look at Jerick McKinnon, he has 22 carries in the last 2 weeks. But the biggest telltale sign, I will say, Jag, is the targets. 13 targets in 2 weeks as opposed to just 2 for CEH. So this is the way this script is going to run. They are going to continue to go in and out. But if you're playing in that PPR style format, because listen, not everybody just still plays DFS. There are still people out there that play the standard fantasy leagues, the PPR leagues, the season longs, the playoff survivor leagues. Jerick McKinnon's my guy. He's the PPR guy. He's going to get you those 5 to 6 catches every single game, and he could take one to the house very, very easily. Now, the funny thing is when we're talking about DFS, I mean, you're only talking about a $200 difference. So I think the way you have to look at this is who's going to be able to give you that score more, right? That's what I think you have to look at. And I think that's probably going to have to be CEH. But if you're going a PPR kind of style format, I really, really like Jerick McKinnon. Solid says, I don't like McKinnon, but he fits the scheme. Exactly, right? That's the thing. That's the thing, because he fits the scheme and he's hot right now. Listen, there's a reason why Andy Reid brought in Jerick McKinnon, right? There's a reason why Jerick McKinnon was so good in Minnesota and in San Francisco before the injury. Right? There's a reason why, because though, especially Kyle Shanahan, seeing what he saw in Jerick McKinnon, the same kind of guy that Andy Reid is, he likes those plays. That's why I 100% like Jerick McKinnon. Does Arians play hot hand? Does Arians? You gotta help me out there, man. Does he play? Maybe you meant does Andy Reid? That's probably one of those autocorrects. Does Andy Reid play hot hand? And I think Andy Reid, the hot hand is obviously going to be McKinnon, but I think he's just going to mix it up. Really, he's going to mix it up. And Javon says McKinnon anytime touchdown. Yes, plus 140. Javon, we're going plus money bets. We're going plus money bets, right? You know that. We're going plus money bets all day. So plus 140, I love it. I love it. Yeah. My bad. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Jack, no problem, man. We're here for you. We're here for you. I mess up names every single day. We're not good. Trust me. I have 1,000 thoughts flowing through my head, and I'm always mixing them up. Now, when you talk about guys, listen, and again, I like to do this. So I'm going to throw this is in the chat box, right? Here's a link I just threw up. This is a free article. And the reason why I say that is because our boy Nikki does this a lot. It's a premium. This is what you get premium gold, but this is free today. Stick picks, NFL GBP plays. Right there, this is what you want to look at. He breaks it down, every single guy, DFS, who he likes, their value, what book they're playing at, whether it be FanDuel or DraftKings for DFS. Check that out. You want to get that right there. And again, and here's another one. We're going to get into prop bets, and I like to do this. So here's from BetMGM. Here's some top player props. Okay, and this is where you get this. This is the article right on Win Daily. Free betting picks and props. We update this all day long of different props that we like. And on BetMGM, here's some top player props. Let's go over right now. Now I'm going to throw in the chat box. I'm going to throw out the link for this article as well. So see, this is again, this is a very easy spot to go, and you'll get this for free as well right now. So Matt Stafford over 280.5. Look at that number. So I said 300. I'm sticking with 300. Patrick Mahomes over 285.5. I like that as well. Matthew Stafford over 23.5 completions. Yes, I like that too. Okay, I think this is a 25 to 30 completion percent today. I think he's going to be probably around a 75% completion percentage. He's going to throw the ball 42 to 45 times, in my opinion. And Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdowns. Listen, how can you not like that? Joe Burrow's going to throw at least 2, in my opinion. 100%, at least 2. Now, Theo says, do you play both? I don't think you can. There's too much out there, in my opinion. Honestly, I just don't think that you can play both Kansas City running backs. It's for me, it's one or the other. You just have to pick which one. And again, the numbers aren't going to help you, right? Because you're talking about a $200 difference. So you just kind of got to pick who you want. Honestly, you're going to have to pick who you want. And me personally, depending on how you build your lineup, right? It all depends. I still think CEH is the one that's more likely to score. So if you're building your lineup around touchdown efficiency, then obviously it would be CEH. But if you're running your lineup around more of a PPR style format, then I think it's McKinnon all day. So let's get to the fantasy Firebox value plays, and I love these. These are some of my favorite, man. I really do, and I do this because, again, I do this. These are guys that are going to be under a certain level, under the $4,000 level that I really, really like. And I'll throw them up here right now. These are my FFVPs today. It's Byron Pringle for 4,300 and Juwan Jennings for 3,300. Now, here's the thing about Jennings, and this is why I love the fantasy Firebox value play, because you have to dive deep inside the system, right? You have to dive deep inside the system. Now, the Jennings play, I think, is very, very unique. Okay. Very, very unique. So, and this is just based on, and I know that everybody's different, right? Like when you play these kids different. So the last time they played the Rams, okay, which wasn't that long ago, 7 for 94. 7 for 94 and 2 touchdowns. Again, flipping up the system. It's very easy to predict Debo in the backfield. Very easy to predict George Kittle running down the sideline or through the middle like a Jason Kelsey. Very easy to predict Brandon Ayuk going up for that very athletic play. But can you predict Juwan Jennings? Are you going to scheme against Juwan Jennings? No, which is why I like this play. 3,200 does not hurt you one bit. So if you want to go Patrick Mahomes, and there's that number again, 7,400. If you want to pay off for that quarterback at 7,400, $1,100 above Matthew Stafford at 66, then there you go. 63. There you go. Right there. You have Juwan Jennings at 3,200. Helps fill in your lineup. Now, the other guy we're going to talk about, Byron Pringle, is the next up in Kansas City. Again, because Cincinnati, obviously, you've seen it last week. All teams are going to scheme against Tyreek Hill. Can you stop him? Probably not, but you can contain him a little bit. It's going to open it up to Byron Pringle. Now, they did some things with Harbin last week as well, which I was pretty excited about. But I think this is a Byron Pringle game, man. This is a Byron Pringle game. He's getting at least five targets over the last 3. At least 5 and at least 30 plus yards. So that's very, very important. Very, very important for this style of game. So these are the games in the playoffs where you have to pick out the guys you may least expect, right? You have to pick out the guys you may least expect to get you your plays, right? You have to. You have to. Javon says Pringle is that dude at least. Look, we're talking on the same wavelengths. Exactly what I said on The Gambler on Friday, right on Fox Sports The Gambler on the radio. I said it with breaks. I love Byron Pringle. I love Byron Pringle today. He is my dog today. He definitely is. And again, when we talk about, and again, this is why we're all over the place. I'm flipping screens like you have no idea. So there's a FFVP, Byron Pringle and Juwan Jennings, 4,300 for Pringle, 3,200 for Jennings. Check those guys out as well. Again, they're really good plays, especially when you're putting your lineup in, okay? But now we go props for profit, right? We're going to go props for profit right here. And again, hashtag prop for profits. Check us out. Hashtag prop for profits. So hit me up at Cutillo23. Hit me up at Win Daily Sports, wherever you're at. Go on Twitter. Give us your favorite prop bet. Hashtag prop with the number 4 profits. Number 4, like the 4 horsemen, right? Number 4, like the 4 horsemen. You want those props for profit. throw it in there. And I'm going to give you a props for profit right here when we talk about my man, Mr. Pringle, right? Over 39 and a half receptions at plus 110. I don't think you can beat this. This is a no-brainer to me. It's a plus money bet. You just see it. Javon said it. I've said it. At least 5 targets in the last 3 games. Over 30 plus overlay. This is going to be a game of the second receivers. I'm telling you right now. On the flip side, it's going to be the Tyler Boyd action that I like in Cincinnati. I like the Byron Pringle action in Kansas City. I really do. Over 39 and a half. I think this is a really good play. Now, let's get to the OBG. Adam, I know you just asked about Odell Beckham Jr. I posted this online. Again, it's another love that I like. OBJ over 4.5 reception plus 120. Last week, I went on and, Win Daily Sports. I said I was on Sirius on the weekend. I said I love me some Odell Beckham Jr., right? The only thing he didn't get me was the touchdown. But I had a line. I went with 775 and 1. Last week, Odell 669. I was very, very close. Same kind of game for me for Odell. Listen, it's all about volume and what he's been able to do. It's 32 targets, okay, in 5 games. 32 targets. He's getting at least 6, almost 7 per game. That's because they're using him more because of all the overlapped coverage on Cooper Kupp. Odell Beckham Jr., this is why they brought him in. They brought him in to get him to the Super Bowl. They brought Von Miller in to get them to the Super Bowl. This is what they did. You go all in. It's exactly what Tampa did with Antonio Brown. It just didn't work out. It's exactly what they did last year with Leonard Fournette. It did work out, right? This is what you do. You bring in these guys that have the experience, whether they've won rings or they're highly eccentric players. You bring them in, and this is what they do. So today, I'm going to say it again. I'm still going 775 and a touchdown for Odell Beckham Jr. because he is that guy today. Odell is that guy. I love that prop for profit right there. Odell, 4.5 receptions, plus 120. We go, who do you like more, Pringle or Jennings? Well, here you go, Mark. Honestly, I like them both from a value standpoint, right? From that FFVP standpoint, which is a guy that's going to be low ownership, low value, and it's going to get you those points. Now, obviously, I think the ownership value will be much lower on Jauan Jennings. And again, I would say, honestly, if you're playing Patrick Mahomes, right? If this is the way I'll say this. If you're playing Patrick Mahomes in this format, okay, and Mahomes is giving you 7,400, okay, as opposed to playing Matt Stafford at 6,300. If you're going to take the $1,100 savings, then I would go Pringle. I would bang out. I would go Jauan Jennings, honestly. I know everybody say, oh, combo them up. I want Pringle and Mahomes, right? That's okay too, depending on what way you do your line. I'm just saying, if I go the higher quarterback, I'm going to go to lower pick, right? Now, if I get Matthew Stafford at 6,300, I say that 1,100, then I'll pay 4,300 for Byron Pringle. And you see how that works, right? It's almost exactly the same difference between Jauan Jennings and Byron Pringle, which is obviously 1,100. So, or actually, yeah, it's 1,100. So it works out in your favor. So it's all a matter of where you want to take that $1,100. Theo says, I want fireworks. We all want fireworks, right? We all want fireworks. Solid says, you're trying to talk me to play Stafford on DFS. I'm playing a lineup with Stafford. I'm telling you right now, I am playing a lineup with Stafford and stacking them with OBJ. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. I'm stacking Stafford and OBJ today in a lineup. It's just what I want to do. Again, I understand it's not the popular narrative, but there's a reason why I got the nickname Jigsaw. Again, give me a follow at Cutillo23. Tony Jigsaw Cutillo here for Win Daily Sports. Follow us at Win Daily Sports on all social formats. And again, check out the free week radio, code word radio. Get everything we have for free, right? See, and that's it. Theo says no cup. Here's the thing, Theo, I'm going to do multiple lineups, right? So, yes, I will obviously have a lineup with Cooper Kupp, but I like to flip up the narrative. And that narrative I'm going to flip up is going to be a lineup that's going to have OBJ comboed with Matthew Stafford And then I'm going to get either the Byron Pringle love or the Juwan Jennings love. And I'm going to get some Kyle Juszczyk as well. And I'm going to mix it up because that's how you flip it up. I may even do a showdown lineup, okay, specifically to get Kyle Juszczyk some love. Because speaking of Kyle Juszczyk, okay, he is one of my props for profit. Okay, I love the Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown plus 600. Let me explain why I like this bet. So I really, really like this bet specifically because now Kyle Juszczyk has only scored 2 touchdowns all year, right? But in the red zone, Kyle Shanahan loves to flip up the system. We've already seen it in Buffalo with the offensive linemen scoring touchdowns. We've seen it all over, right? We've seen it in Cincinnati. Obviously, Andy Reid loves to do it in Kansas City. I get it. We see it. So this is where Kyle Juszczyk makes a name for himself. He's a savvy veteran. He's a steady guy in that backfield, whether they throw him at a split tight end, whether they throw him at a fullback, whether they throw him as a running back. They love this toy in Kyle Juszczyk. Today, anytime touchdown 600, like I said, in the playoffs, you have 2 guys who are chess players in McVay and Shanahan, and they are going to try to read each other's brain. They are going to try to scheme each other out. And I'm telling you, my crystal ball right here, the Jigsaw crystal ball, says that one of those plays is going to be to Kyle Juszczyk. Now, this is what I want you to do. Okay, this is what you need to do for me. Because over the past 26 minutes, we've had a mix of about 50 to 60 people watching. We want to get up to 100. Okay, but what I want, and they're live watchers, and what I want from you guys is when you see that touchdown from Kyle Juszczyk, I want you to go at Win Daily Sports, and I want you to tweet out, damn, Kyle Juszczyk, anytime touchdown, plus 600, props for profit, hashtag prop for profit. Man, Jigsaw's crystal ball was right. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'm probably going to say it anyway, because you know how I am. I'm going to throw it out there. Again, listen, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong, but it's just one of those. I'm feeling it, man. I'm really, really feeling it. Theo says I have a bill with OBJ. Listen, there's the Ram stack, right, Theo? There's the Ram stack. And I like that too, because I said earlier about Akers. I do think this is a Cam Akers game. He is the more dynamic running back. He is the guy that's going to be a problem east to west, not north to south, whether it be the wide receiver screens. You may even see, check this out, Cam Akers throw a pass today. There may be an opportunity for Cam Akers to throw a pass. So, again, Adam wants to know what's the predictions for today. I'll let you know who I'm thinking. I'm still a Rams guy. I think this is all. It's going to be a Rams-Chiefs Super Bowl. This is what it's leading up to. The Rams from preseason were my pick. I'm riding high with them. And, again, I like Cincinnati. The narrative is there. They're going to have a fantastic future, but the Chiefs are just going to be too strong. Akers will fumble his life away yet again. You know what? I don't know. The one was interesting, man. The one he hit his head, it just kind of came out. So I don't really blame that on him, because if anybody's been knocked on their head, it doesn't tickle. So that was kind of like a free falling fumble, so to speak. The second one, no, you gotta hold on to the ball better than that. I obviously agree. But again, Akers, I think Akers is that guy today. So let's throw this out there. I like to throw I call them bonus plays. And I'm going to give you guys a combo props for profit right here. And again, don't forget, if you go to windailysports.com, you go, this is a free article, windailysports.com. Sign up. Obviously, you get it in there. Free betting picks and props. The sportsbook promos are inside. They're on a YouTube description. All you got to do is click on it. It's free money in your pocket. Get those accounts ready for today. And this is one of the ones I like. This is mine, and this isn't on there. I didn't put it on there yet, okay? But, again, I like these combo bets. So I threw this out on the Gambler on Friday. I'm going to throw it out here to all you again. So, again, if you haven't listened to me, again, you can follow me everywhere. I do radio hits on Fox Sports The Gambler. You can follow me at Heat Ratio Sports. We do a phenomenal job of Philly sports content, as well as some national narratives. And again, at Win Daily Sports, obviously, and this is all sponsored by the Sharp app, your one-stop betting tool for everything you need. It's right there. So I love this, Pat. Number one, I like both of these single bets, but I'm going to combo them up and give me a plus 755 parlay bet, right? Parlay combo bet. I really like this because here's the thing with Patrick Mahomes. We seen what he did. I say we saw, get my grammar correct. We saw what he did in the beginning of the year. He was very erratic. He was throwing picks all over the place. Now, he hasn't thrown a pick in a while. He's been very good with the ball. But again, like I said, sometimes big coaches and big games like to overthink, especially sometimes quarterbacks like to overthink as well. You've seen it with Brady. The same thing. Mahomes will try. They're going to scheme in Cincinnati. They're going to scheme their defense to try to stop Mahomes. Obviously, we know that's not possible, but you can try to contain him. And when they contain him and he throws some of them funky sidearm throws, they're not always 100% accurate. So either a tip or a bad erratic pass, I could see Patrick Mahomes at a plus money bet at 105 throwing a pick, and not only throwing a pick, but I see a pick six. You ever see one of those games that open up, and we've had a lot in Philadelphia where we already know we're like, oh, the Eagles are going to win, no problem. And all of a sudden, whether it be the Giants and, whether it be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I still have nightmares of the Tiki Barber pick six. My God, Joe Jurevicius, I'm already having flashbacks. But no, seriously, though, these things always happen where you open up the game with one of those unexpected plays. Again, Patrick Mahomes throwing a pick for a Cincy anytime touchdown, which will be a pick six plus 650. I like both of these bets singly, but I like the combo bet as well because I can definitely see this happen. Again, the Jigsaw crystal ball is out in full force. But again, these are the props for profit. And again, let's go back. And I'm going to recap a little bit before we get out of here. We have some fun. We throw some lines together. We got the FFVPs, right? The fantasy Firebox value plays right here. But we have Byron Pringle at 4,300. We got Jawan Jennings at 3,200. And then we're going to go to props for profit. Remember, give us your props for profit. Throw them out there on socials, please. If you're on social media, whether you be on Instagram, whether you follow us on Facebook, whether you follow us on Twitter, give us that hashtag props for, like the Four Horsemen, profit. Okay, props for profit hashtag. Let's get that trending all day so we can all win together. We can all make it a profitable Sunday. So we got to talk Patrick Mahomes interception plus 105 and Cincy anytime touchdown plus 650. You could combo them for plus 755. I really like the Byron Pringle over 39.5 receiving yards at plus 110. We like the OBJ over 4.5 receptions at plus 120. I think that is a lock. That is a stone cold lock. Oh, hell yeah. Austin 316 says that is absolutely, and Jason, that's for you, an OBJ over 4.5 reception kind of day. And then we got the Kyle Juszczyk. Anytime touchdown plus 600. Absolutely love this play. Again, tripping up the system. Kyle Shanahan in the chess match with McVay. I definitely see this number hitting. And then let's not forget, again, you have the article, the free betting picks and props, and this is one of the ones you're going to see on the screen at BetMGM. Top player props. I like all these four as well. Stafford over 280.5, Mahomes over 285.5. Stafford over 23.5. There's a combo. And you go to over 1.5, or I go +2. I go Matthew Stafford over 280.5, Stafford over 23.5 completions, and bang that over 2 or 2+ touchdowns, and you're good to go with that nice SGP. And then you got Joe Burrow over 1.5 touchdowns, which I think is an absolute no-brainer. So we got Adam says, great pick, Jigsaw. Let's get that money. Adam, I'm going to try. Hopefully everybody gets some money. This is Football Championship Sunday. Again, everybody at Win Daily Sports, where you find us. Make sure you subscribe to us at Cutillo23. That's me on Twitter. Get at me. Get in the threads. Remember, hashtag props for profit. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Make Sunday your profit center.